We're going to try this again. It's Thursday night. I'm here. Hopefully you're beautiful and back. I am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you're at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. Sorry about the rocky start. Starscream wife was trying to go in to talk to you guys to let you know what was happening. Literally, everything just froze. All of it, the whole shebang. We have a ton of reveals tonight to cover for Legacy and Velocitron and Rise of the Beast and Earthspark. And some of it is figures and some of it is merchandise. And we have some third party. And we're going to do this week's unboxing. And we're going to play around a trivia. We're going to have a good time. Hopefully, if everything keeps working with us. I'm going to try again to get things set up as best as I can, hopefully. And hopefully it doesn't all freeze up on us again. Right? We're going to cross our fingers, right? That doesn't all freeze up on us again. Just bear with me. And for some weird reason, I feel like my camera's darker than it was now. I don't know why that would be. That's really weird. I hope it's good enough because it doesn't seem like it's the settings that I put there for the camera, if that makes any sense. But technology, and you know what? That's the way this whole week has been, honestly. I don't know what that was. Hold on a moment. Bear with me, because like I said, this is the way this is the way it's going. Hold on. Holy smokes. Okay, let's see where we are here and try and start. Hey, Ash. Mike, Caldeo, nah, you can't. Well, I mean, you can stop me, I suppose. Just not easily. Not easily. I'm dedicated to you guys. Hey, Caldeo. Got the Generation Selects Deep cover and the Micron Master 6-pack. Honestly, they're great. I like both of them. Hey, Razor Bear, Ken, happy you're here. Hey, Tracer, Waspinator. Hey, Raz, Sovereign, Lance. Let's see. Team Bruticus Maximus was put in their place after screwing around with the Wi-Fi. Yeah, pretty much, right? Hasbro doesn't want GotBot talking about Velocitron Voyager Hot Rod. You know I'm gonna, though. You know I'm gonna. I mentioned that a couple of weeks ago, and somebody did bring up to me how there had been like a fan digibash type of thing, and indeed there was. I saw another couple of images, and the guy said, "Are you telling me that people from Hasbro are leaking images?" No, that's not what I said. It's just after several years of doing this, I have a number of sources and connections, and if I don't, they do. So sometimes it's just like 6 degrees of separation, right? It is a little bit darker than I thought. I don't think the plastic was changed from the brighter red that I thought it was. I just think that it was the lighting. I thought it was a brighter red than it is. It's actually a darker red, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Hey, Donnie, Lego. Sovereign settings could have reset during the lockup. I think you're right. I think the settings probably reset. By the way, if anybody is wondering why does it seem a bit dark, I had the settings done properly. Everything locked up. And when we came back, this is the way it was. So they must have reset is all I can figure. Hey, Joel. Let's see. Being away, taking care of the new baby. I hope things are going well with the new baby, Ken. You know, family expansion and all that good stuff, buddy. That just jumped on me a lot. Hey, Devlin, Maximal 10. That's how clear this camera is. I can make out the details on the bots. Nice. See, it's a better camera than it was, even if it is a bit darker, right? You could thank Anthony from H&E Games and H&E Toys and H&E Tech. It was Anthony who put me onto this particular camera. Hey, Teen Toys, got the Takara Legends Double Cross just for the Haywire. Fair enough. Honestly, why not? I assume you're putting Haywire with Blur, right? Oh, look at that. Speaking of the devil, Anthony's here. As far as darkness, disabling low light compensation may fix the. Probably. I don't even know if I have that on, to be honest with you. I should have checked the settings, but I was too anxious to get back to you guys because you're just too dang important. As we go down here. Hey, Slow DK. Appreciate you dropping in, buddy. Hey, Dragonfly. What? I have no sound. Because I need to restart app. Ugh. Okay. I assume that there is sound. I hope there's sound. Fingers crossed that there's sound. Animated GotBot channel. As we go down here a little bit. Hey, Ultra Megatronus. Is the hurricane that hit Puerto Rico headed your way? Kind of. It is coming up. The last I heard is that it had, and we're talking about Fiona for those who don't know. Last I heard, Fiona has sustained winds of 213 kilometers an hour. I don't know what that is in miles, but 213 kilometers an hour. That's strong. I think that's category 4. Now it's still in the Atlantic Ocean. It will weaken as it comes up. It's slated to go through the Gulf of St. Lawrence, which is kind of between the provinces of Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. It seems like Nova Scotia is going to get a lot of the rain, and it seems like Newfoundland, especially the western part of the province, the western part of the island, will get a lot of wind. I suspect we will get some wind here on the eastern portion, but it's not supposed to be as bad as the west. And then I think Saturday evening it's supposed to hit the other part of Newfoundland, which is Labrador, right? Newfoundland is the island part, Labrador is the mainland part, basically. So yeah, we're all watching that very, very closely. You know, we have some friends, Andy B, who's been here on the channel from Andy B Games. Some people know him as Bingo Barnes. Like he lives in Nova Scotia, so we were talking to him earlier. And I mean, all you can do is hunker down and hope, right? I can tell you this though, in my growing up, we didn't have storms like that. Even if we had tail ends of hurricanes or we had wind and rain, it was nothing like the storms we get now. We just had Hurricane Earl, which was a feat on itself, and now Fiona. And I've heard that Fiona may be the most significant, strongest, whatever you want to call it, storm that has ever hit Atlantic Canada ever. So that's not a joking matter, right? Mother Nature, man. Got to respect Mother Nature. So it is headed our way. It's not headed directly, unless the path changes. It's not headed directly for us. But our thoughts are certainly with people across the rest of my province and in neighboring provinces. I suspect everything in Eastern Canada, because of how big this system is, I suspect everything in Eastern Canada will, to some degree, feel the effects of it. We shouldn't get what Puerto Rico had, hopefully, but we're not going to have a laughing matter. That's for sure. Hey, Brian. Hey, Ninja Bill. Had a good haul yesterday. Found Wild Rider, Knockout, Clampdown, and G-Axis. Now I need a Crasher and Cosmos. Honestly, like Wild Rider, like I said in the review for him, I feel like he's basically the CW with a new coat. Knockout is better than I thought it was going to be. I just wish the chest came down lower. Clampdown's great if you like that mold. I do. G-Axis is exactly what a Voyager, for the prices they charge now, it's what a Voyager at least got to be. He's fantastic as long as he doesn't turn yellow. We'll see how that goes with time. Dusting is a pain. Yeah. Or you could do like me, Sovereign, and just don't dust it. That's all. Dust it when you take it down to use it. I see Kickback next to Unicron. Yeah, Kickback is right there next to Unicron. You're absolutely right. Yeah, Haywire with Blur, of course. I see Goldbug next to Gears. Yeah, and Goldbug is glorious. He's so good. Let's see. I'm just waiting for my Amazon order so I can swap on the Target one that has some red paint splatter. That's fair. Alita 1. Got got Knockout and Wall Rider. Like both of them, more than I thought I would. That's good, Mike. And then if you're happy, then I'm happy for you, man. You need a map of Canada. Most of North America doesn't even know there's something past North Sydney. That's fair. I think a lot of the people that come in the chat probably have an idea now of where Newfoundland is. We're the most easterly point in North America. We're a little tiny island, and we're part of Newfoundland and Labrador, right? Look it up. Look it up. Learn something new. Learn some geography. Hurricane will most likely be a depression by the time it. That's not what it's saying, Anthony. Right now, it is tracking and saying that we're still likely to get winds of, when it makes landfall, winds of a good 185. That should go down eventually to 150, 140. As it moves more northerly, as it hits Labrador, hopefully it'll be down around 100 kilometers an hour, which sounds really bad. But when you compare it to 213 kilometers an hour, it's not as bad, right? Wind is a scary thing. I gotta say, wind is a scary thing that can do a lot of damage. You gotta respect Mother Nature, man. But I don't think it's going to lose enough steam to become a tropical depression before it reaches us. Normally, that's what would happen in the past. But you know, with climate change and whatnot, and I'm going to tell you now, it's real. You can say what you like, it's real. With climate change and whatnot, it doesn't tend to become a depression as quickly anymore. It tends to maintain that power when it comes up, which is a scary thing. But I mean, it is what it is, right? How often do you need to dust the shelves with your vigors? It takes me multiple hours. I don't do it. I don't do it. If I take them down at some point, but see, here's the difference between me and a lot of people. I don't put them there for perpetuity. I take them down. I'm doing things with them. So when I take them down, then I'll dust then, right? But in general, I don't do dusting on that. Nuts to that. Fair question. I just don't do it. The corporate man didn't make, don't make him angry. Oh, that might have been the corporate man that shut me down. I had a pretty good haul yesterday. We saw that. I'm going down here. I'm going to be skipping some stuff, guys, now. Wind is scary. Yeah. I used to eat a lot of Taco Bell. I still love Taco Bell. We don't have it here, sadly, but I still love Taco Bell. It's cheap as dirt, and it tastes fine to me. Now, I know a lot of people will say, like, it's cheap as dirt because it's made of sawdust and stuff. And I don't care. I don't care if they throw it on the floor and muck it around with their foot. If it makes it taste that good for that price, I'm cool with it. Didn't even know there were spam posts. I'm glad you reported them. Oh, yeah, look at that. So there is. I'm going to have to do that. And I'm going to have to... And I'm going to have to hide from the channel. Thank you. I didn't know that there was a spam one going on there tonight. There was a spam bot here. I was going to go to Malaysia to steal some figures from JJ Prime. That's fair. That's fair. JJ always gets that stuff early. Lucky bugger. Hey, Big M. Let's see. All right, let's get going on the news. I'm going to try and go as quickly as I can because we're way behind here tonight. So first things first, we're going to get finally some in-package reveals of the Earthspark line up and coming this weekend, Saturday, as a matter of fact, at bless Starscream wife. Just starting the news. Bless you.
Sorry.
Holy moly. I'm not going to get through the news tonight. I'm going to be here till 11 o'clock. Just you watch. We're finally going to get some in-package Earthspark reveals this coming Saturday at Oz Comic Con in Australia. For a lot of us, that Saturday is, I think because of the time difference, I think it's going to be Sunday for a lot of us, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure on that. Victory Saber, interestingly enough, it was noted that Victory Saber should start shipping in December. This was noted from the Takara Tomy Hobby Expo that is going on from, I think it's the 23rd to the 25th. Maybe it's the 20th to the 23rd, something like that. But apparently the word is that Victory Saber will be shipping by December. However, rumor has it that as far as the US goes, at least, that apparently some of the Victory Sabers have been hitting ports, so they're arriving. Now, how soon they'll actually start shipping out is anybody's guess. I would presume, for example, that people in Canada that backed it would be tied to the copies that are coming into the U.S. ports, and I guess they'll get shipped from the U.S. to Canada would be my take. So The December date could be a date specifically for shipping in Japan, but we'll have to wait and see. It should be getting closer for those who have backed it up. MB24, Fans Hobbies version of Darkwing. A lot of people have been asking. They said it's cool that we're getting a masterpiece scaled Darkwing, assuming we get Dreadwind and we can make Dreadwind cool. But do the wings move on Darkwing? Indeed, they do. Fans Hobby showed it with a couple of pictures of the wings in two orientations, and they absolutely do move. So if you're in for a masterpiece styled Darkwing, Fans Hobby probably has you covered there, and the wings do move. New company. I'm going to say new company because I haven't heard of them before. Jizai, Jizai, Jizai Toys. They are releasing a steel jaw that will go with your Kingdom Legacy Blaster. He's able to sit. He's able to crouch his front paws down. He has movement at the legs. The transformation is nothing like you'd expect with a Ravage. Actually, I think this is really, really clever. It's a very like horizontal type of transformation. And it seems like the body unfolds in half to give you the front of the cassette. And then the way the legs fold up, they're all very horizontal. It's very clever. And I like it. And yes, it does work in the chest of Blaster. So if you're kind of really chomping at the bit for a steel jaw, keep your eyes peeled for Jizai Toys. If you want to see images of it, go to tformers.com. They had images of it there. And that's where I saw it. Was it T-Formers I saw it? I thought it was T-Formers. If it wasn't T-Formers, where did I see that? Might have been Facebook, but I also thought I saw it on T-Formers. I could be wrong about that. But you know what? Go there for your news anyway. Why not? Go there for your news anyway. Yeah. Jizai Toys Steel Jaw. I think that's a really, really exciting reveal actually this week, and I was very happy to see it. Earthspark. Optimus Prime video. It showed us some I guess Optimus Prime scenes. It's only about 30 seconds long. The voice will have to grow on me a little bit. I understand that we can't have the great Peter Cullen voice every Optimus forever, but it's okay. But it's going to have to grow on me. I tell you what, I don't like. Put the faceplate over his face. Don't show his face. It looks awful. I don't like the look of Optimus Prime's face without his faceplate on it, and the smile is bad looking. It's a rough looking smile. Like, don't smile, Optimus. Stay stoic, man. I don't know. Maybe you do like it, but when I see the Earthspark Optimus without his faceplate, I tell you what it is. When I see it without his faceplate, it looks very Orion Pax to me, which I guess makes sense. But I never really liked the look of Orion Pax's face either. So, take that for what you will. Rise of the Beast and Earthspark merchandise listings coming out of the Brand Expo the Brand Licensing Europe Expo. So we have things like stationery and apparel and fidget gadgets and so on and so forth. So I would suspect you're going to start to see a lot of things for Earthspark and Rise of the Beast, probably heading into the fall now, the Christmas season and stuff. Certainly, I think you're going to start to see some merch from that with clothes and with pens and exercise books and all this other stuff, right? So a lot coming out of there. Let's see. Speaking of which, there are now not one but two available wall calendars for really Cyberverse, where it shows a lot of scenes from Cyberverse, one each month, and another one with the evergreen designs, where you basically have a character each month, though I think Optimus might be in there a couple of times, and I think Bumblebee might be in there a couple of times. But other months have the evergreen designs, for example, for Shockwave or Wheeljack and so on and so forth. We know what the evergreen designs look like. Velocitron Hot Rod. Okay, so it's not a Voyager. It never was. It never will be. It has nothing to do with parts count. It has nothing to do with engineering. The engineering is nothing special on it. Never was. The parts count, big deal. So what? I'm sorry. Even if you add parts, you still need to stay in the ballpark of the mass. Case in point, G-Axis definitely has a higher parts count than a regular Voyager. Definitely. Like, no hollowness, really. I know that some people will say, well, there's hollowness under the front of the jet. True, but I'll talk about that in a second. G-Axis had more paint. He had a higher parts count. He had more intense molding. He had no like hollowness, at least in robot mode, and still clocked in at 140 grams of plastic. So let's say for a moment, I'm with you and say, hey, under the jet should be covered. You could have done that with a simple flap, maybe even two flaps that folded into each other, and there would have been your other 5 grams of plastic. So you had the higher parts count, you had the better engineering, the better paint, and you maintained the plastic content that we've all come to know. If you really want a darker, more kind of toy accurate deco, and you are a diehard hot rod fan, I guess get this. I don't think the mold's that great. I don't think the transformation's fun or enjoyable. I find it lazy, cumbersome, clunky. I don't think it was well designed. If I had a corporate desk and that came across my desk for approval, I would have said, yeah, take this back and work on it. Like, this isn't your final copy, right? Because it's not that good. But here's the interesting part. When all of that first happened, and I've gotten a lot of hate over the years for it, trust me, because everybody and their dog got to defend their purchases. Like, oh, no, it's totally worth it, even when it's not. Here's the thing. Look at the new Velocitron one. It says that it comes with the 2 blasters, it comes with his saw thing, and it comes with 2 blast effects. Where's the Matrix? Where's the blast effect that goes on the Matrix? I said back when that hot rod was released, if you accept now that they're going to take away half the mass and you think that that's acceptable and you're going to buy it, what are you going to accept them taking away next? Paint apps? Articulation? Engineering? Accessories? And they're starting to take away accessories. I'm telling you, watch your wallet because no company is loyal to you. I'm obviously 100% not in for this, and I don't think anybody should be. I don't think anybody should buy it personally, but that's just me. You know what I do like, though? You know a car I do like? Toy World Shatter. Oh, baby. I wish that the actual 2 Shatters we got were as good, even half as good as what the Toy World one looks like. I said in 2019 that I thought the Toy World prototype looked great. This looks like a painted, more finished product. It looks slightly different. I think they went back and re-engineered some stuff from the 2019 prototype. We'll see what it's like once it finally comes out. I don't know the scale. I would think MP scale, like MPM scaled, but I don't know for sure. It looks great in all 3 modes. That's the kicker. No mode looks compromised. Like not long ago, we saw a triple changer version of like Age of Extinction Drift, and the helicopter looked hella rough. Not here. Not here. Not this time. Every mode looks great. The plane looks great. The car looks phenomenal. The robot looks great. And all the paint looks spot on and nice metallic. Love it. Absolutely love it. Speaking of beautiful metallic-y paint, what about die-cast metal? What about the Agora Models die-cast Optimus Prime? Complete die-cast Optimus Prime kit, apparently. 600 parts. Voice clips. He is going to be a big boy. He's going to stand 31 inches. So you're looking at bigger than Unicron, right? 31 inches or 78 centimeters. He's going to clock in at 11 kilograms, not grams, 11 kilograms. Just so we're clear, I'm 100 kilograms, right? Which is about 220 pounds. If you want to know how many pounds that is, 11 times 2.2. So 11 times 2 would be 22 times 2. I don't know, 25 pounds, 26 pounds. I'm not a mathematician. 25, 26 pounds. They're going to have 3 pay options where you can pay over 9 months, over 1 year, or over 2 years. All of this being die cast for that heft, for the paint, for the articulation that this thing's going to have. For the parts count of 600, I mean, this is going to be quite expensive. It does not transform. But man, it has a gorgeous head sculpt. The rest of the body is definitely G1, but it's a little bit stylized. If you like something that's a little more realistic robot looking, if you're a real lover and fan of diecast, this might be for you, but you're going to have to cough up some chunk of change for it, man. Speaking of Optimus Prime, we're not just getting a die-cast version of them, but the like Mr. Potato Head or Mrs. Potato Head. I think they're getting rid of the Mr. and Mrs. I remember the Potato Head kids, and they didn't have anything. They were just the Potato Head kids. What about a Potato Head Optimus Prime, where all the parts can come off and you can mix and match and change? Of course you can, because it's Optimus Prime, because it's Potato Head. It looks fun. I mean, if you're not into Potato Head, then this isn't going to be for you, obviously. If you are, cool. Pulse. Let's talk Pulse for a second. Pulse is expanding, and it's going to be Pulse Europe now. And apparently they're making inroads to make availability outside of the UK to France, Spain, Italy, and Australia. Interesting that Australia got thrown in there. I figured that they would get their own version of Pulse. What do I know? Benson Yee showed off Flame War and Fireglide. It comes with the RC head. It has a beautiful flame deco on the chest. Like, she looks great. I mean, I can't get it. Again, I can't get it. It is what it is. But my trepidation, my concern there, quite frankly, would be how bad my Road Rocket was. Would I, even if I could get this, would I get it and have to fix every joint again? I don't know. Maybe I just had a bad copy. Maybe I would have it again. I don't know. And she comes with Fireglide, which is basically just the, I don't know what you call it, the axe, siege axe, Taraxodon and Terror something. I don't know. They have weird names. It's the axe one that turns into like the pterodactyl thing, right? So I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Thru Adams is going to be hosting apparently the Pulse Con the weekend. I think is it the weekend, if I'm not mistaken? End of the month, 30th and the 1st of October, maybe something like that. So feather in the hat for him, good for him. Fans Hobby is going to be offering a TFCon exclusive. By the way, Nick Roach apparently is going to be at TFCon. Fans Hobby is going to offer basically their Power Baser mold, but they're going to repaint it, and we're going to have Magna Bomber and Delta Baser. So I guess it's going to be Magna Baser. It's basically the Power Baser, which is their version of Power Master Optimus Prime, which is pretty fantastic, done in Delta Magnus colors. So if you want like a Delta Magnus colored inspired version of what is essentially Power Master Optimus Prime, why not see if you can get the con exclusive? I actually support this one. A lot of times with the con recolors, I'm like, but I think this is a good one. I like it. What else? Legacy Armada Starscream. We had the whole like thing by, I believe it was Mark Marr, and he showed some pictures and talked about the behind the scenes and how, we couldn't do any better than the deluxe that we got a few years ago and leave it to Takara. Sure enough, they did. It looks pretty good, pretty articulated. I like the shoulders. I really like the range of motion in the shoulders and the legs. I'm not 100% sure how the hinge on the shoulder works, but I'm really, really interested in it. It looks like it comes with one sword, though there was a picture there where one sword was red and one sword was a darker gray. And it was explained basically that, if you can get your hands on two swords, they could become extra wingtips. Though I don't know if that looks good. I don't think I would use them as wingtips. But I looked and I said, wait. Why is one of these a dark gray and one of these a red? I don't believe we've seen either of those colors. Maybe they're going to paint them. And then I read, and he explained and said, yeah, it's just going to be cast in gray like the rest of his body. So basically, they're cutting out a red paint app and saying, yeah, we're not doing that paint app. We're not giving you a red sword. We're just going to give you a gray one and, use your imagination. I guess I don't know. He looks great. It's not a Starscream, for me, really, because I'm not an Armada guy. But the more I see, the more I think, this is a special Starscream. There's something special about this guy. I think it's going to be more than meets the eye. Let's check in with you guys before I do some more of the news there, and we still have to get to a fair bit. Really, we've gone through a number of items fairly quickly, but this was a news heavy week. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm going to go up. I know I've missed a bunch, and I apologize profusely. If you think I wasn't paying attention, I was, but I can't go through the news and read all of this at the same time. So that's why we go back and forth. Oh, how high up do I have to go here? Let's see. I almost forgot I had X-Transbot's James Bond on pre-order. Okay, I didn't know that they were doing a James Bond. Interesting. Ending with Knockout Crasher and Shadow Strip. I'm not so much in for the like. I'll say this: in Canada, G-Axis was cited at regular retail, and so was Wave 2 at regular retail, being GameStop. And apparently, Velocitron Wave 2 being Crasher and Shadow Strip. Now, they were cited in Saskatchewan and Alberta, last I knew, which is the western provinces. When will they reach here? I don't know. I might be in for a Crasher if I see her. I'm not in for the Shadow Strip. I mean, I'm only kind of meh about the Drag Strip. I don't think it's that great. I don't need it in black. If you do, cool. You know, if you love the mold and you want it in black, cool. It's just when I compared it to the Combiner Wars, I was really, really, really let down because I see them as comparable. I don't see an improvement of 2.5 times the price. So, but that's just me. As we go down here, all good but busy. Yeah, you would be busy. That's what babies do, man. They keep you busy. I don't trust any X-Transbots dates anymore. Don't know any of them. It's not a company I follow that closely. Like, they look good, they're impressive, but like, I'm never gonna go into MP. I'm not interested in spending that kind of money. Just not my thing. Design doesn't release product; they just make 3D designs. Okay, well then maybe this will be a 3D designed version of Steeljaw. And you know what? Great. If you want to print it, print it. It looks phenomenal, I guess. This, however, was not a 3D design. This was an actual piece of plastic that was being used with Blaster. So I don't know if they printed it. It didn't look printed though. It looked injection molded. Now, do I know that for sure? No. But it looks great. So I don't know. Look up Jazai Toys, Steeljaw, and judge for yourself. Speaking of Blaster, his radio handle joints are starting to turn a bit more yellow. That's sad. I'm willing to buy it. Let's see. Only thing I really looked on getting might be the Road Rocket, but Dennis's version kind of turned me off. I mean, you might get a great version, Maximal 10. I can only speak to what my version was like. And even when I done the review, I said, if you get one that works the way it should, if everything works like it's supposed to, I think the engineering is kind of inspired. And I think it has potential to be something really great. But if you get a version from like the same caseload or whatever that I did, I pity you because mine was garbage. Optimus should never have a face. That's right. He should always have a face plate. We're not supposed to see Optimus chewing with his mouth full. Yes, that's right. I laughed at the laughing cool pose. Yeah. Earthspark Optimus versus Rescue Bots Academy Optimus is in face off. As we go down here a little bit, Ken says, I gotta say, I'm not getting the G2 colors for Menasor, but now that I have 3 characters from the Hasbro one, I'm excited to get the last 2. Animated did a face plateless Optimus, right? Yes, they did, and I didn't like it then either. Earthsparks not only look odd without the faceplate, but is lacking a forehead. Yes, he is lacking a forehead. It's like his helmet comes all the way down to his eyes, right? And I'll say this, speaking of animated, we also had this past week, see if I can find it now, a DVD. Yeah, a DVD that was discovered at a store, basically. And it was a DVD that had animated unseen test footage, like incomplete scenes. Some of them had audio, some of them didn't have audio. We also had 3 scores on the DVD. This was apparently part of Derek White's personal collection. If you don't know who Derek White is for some reason, or you didn't follow animated, Derek White passed away in 2021, and he was the basically art director and lead character designer for animated. So that's kind of why this is out there and special. I assume it was like an estate sale, a collection sale after his passing would be my guess. So that's out there for animated. I love when we get little nuggets like this for animated because I feel like those fans never get enough love. As we go down here, let's see. Want to buy a proper Earth mode Ultra Magnus. That's called Combiner Wars. Totally passed on that hot rod took Matrix and its blast effect away and raised the price. So we get, well, that's the other thing. I mean, here's the thing, when I got the 86 Hot Rod, it was $39 here. And now they've removed a Matrix and a blast effect, and now they're charging 44, I think is what they're doing for Velocitron here. So you're charging me $5 more, taking away two things. Sorry, not a chance. Not a chance. They can rot on the shelf first. I like the SS Hot Rod over the new one color-wise. Some people do, because some people like animation. I feel like Input, who loves toy accuracy, would say, hey, I'm going to go with the Velocitron one. And I know a lot of people who have just kept their Titans Return and said, that's perfect. So it's up to you, I guess. I feel totally, I totally feel putting a face on Optimus is the creators forcing us to humanize all the characters. Yeah, probably. Under the jet. All I want to see is some landing gear under the jet. Yeah, landing gear would be good. Landing gear would be good. If only Hasbro could make a YouTuber toy for the Transformers YouTubers who have an OC. Whoa. It makes me sad that Orion Paxton Alpha Trion is hard to get, expensive. I mean, I don't know. It was announced and I never heard of anything about it after. As we go down here, and I know I'm skipping over some stuff, guys, because I do want to get through this. How about that Magic Square MS-22 oversized MP Prime? I mean, I talked about it last week. It's the perfect Optimus. There have been a lot, and I know there have been times I've said, hey, that looks pretty perfect, but that Optimus hits on the subtleties, like the shape of his thigh going to the knee, and then from the knee down to his foot. Like there's a certain angle to that drawing and a certain angle to that shape, and how it is that they've been able to capture that while still getting a functional truck is beyond me. I think it blows every other masterpiece version, we'll say Optimus Prime, out of the water, including MP44. I don't think MP44 can hold a candle to the new Magic Square offering. I'm waiting for mine to check them out as we go down here. Looks fantastic. If New Age would create some MPs of theirs, I'd love it. Yeah, I've never been into MP. It's not my thing. But I mean, to each their own, right? Everybody got to collect however works for them. I remember the McDonald's Chicken McNugget kids. I remember those too. I always wanted to know if they tasted like real Chicken McNuggets because they looked delicious. Hey, Warren. That's all right. We had to come back and do a take two. I had a potato head in 2007. What? I had a potato head 2007 movie Bumblebee when I was a kid. Really? Interesting. I didn't even know it existed. Cool. I could go for some mashed potatoes. Yeah, man, with gravy. Gotta have gravy. Optimus Prime. Wendy's. I like Wendy's. With cheese and gravy. You guys want poutine. Or poutine, as some people like to call it. As we go down here. Oh, Idaho packs. Oh, that's good. Idaho potatoes. Oh, that was funny, Marcus. Anthony says, Stu is hosting the UK pre-show on September 30th. Frankly, Rodimus Primal should be hosting. He has more subscriptions than Thu and better content. I mean, I guess that's in the eye of the beholder. We all know that, like they fanboy on Thu. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? Rufflemus Prime. I do love Ruffles. By the way, I'm going to say it now. The KFC original recipe chicken ruffles are fantastic. Some people have been like, they're not that great. Yeah, they are. They're fantastic. It's so weird. When I eat them, I feel like I start off with the flavor of fries and gravy. We have a flavor here made by Lay's of fries and gravy. And I feel like I start with that. And then there's like a hint of pepper and sea salt. And then the chip flavor kind of ends with roast chicken. And again, that's a Lay's flavor here, roast chicken. And I found that after I ate, I'll say several of them. After I ate a bag, I felt like the aftertaste I had in my mouth did in fact taste like I had just eaten KFC chicken. I think they're absolute success. I love them. They were great. I'm definitely buying more. The clear plastic window backed him up a few months ago and went to transform him and is split down the center. I don't know who you're talking about there. I missed that. Hey, Darth Ranger. Magic Square New Age are crushing it. They always do crush it, though. There's a grasshopper over my right shoulder. It's weird. I was having a conversation with our buddy Cyril not long ago, and he was like, "Where are the grasshoppers gone? Like, we used to have them. I could remember hearing them and stuff, right? Haven't heard grasshoppers in years. It's like they died off or something." And if I've missed some of the comments, guys, I apologize. Like I said, I'm trying to be somewhat timely here, and we were late starting because of everything that happened, right? Time to return hot rod. Oh, it broke. Oh, really? That's sad. Not sure if I see the KFC chips here in the USA. I don't know if you will either. I have no idea if they're a Canadian thing or they're an everything thing. I don't know. Zybots? Nope, never heard of them. Someone please send me some KFC chips, please. Then surely they're going to come out in the US, aren't they? Like, this can't just be a Canada thing. I don't know. I hear that they're actually available at KFC. I don't know. Ask your KFCs if they got it. Ask if they can get it. Wish they'd bring all dress ruffles back to. Oh, wait. Hold on. Waspinator just said, wish they'd bring all dress ruffles back to America. We had them for like half a year and they became my favorite. Wow. So Starscream wife loves all dressed. Like this past week, I bought 2 bags of all dressed. I don't think there's any left. They're pretty common here. Wow, crazy. Lay's flavors, yeah, Lay's chips always release limited flavors, right? We have crickets here, loud buggers. They get loud in early summer. Yeah, we used to have them too, Anthony, but I don't know what happened to them. Okay, let's get through this. Let's get through the rest of the news here. What time is it? Oh, it's 8:30 already. Okay, let's get through the rest of the news here. So, what do we have? Legacy Core Wave 2 is also out in Canada now. That's the Shockwave, not getting it. The G2 Megatron, not interested. The Optimus Prime, not for me. Maybe it's for you. I already mentioned how Crasher and Shadow Strip are out here. Andy Barnett, who was War for Cybertron Rhinox, he's going to be at TFCon Chicago as well. Generation Toy showed their Black Beast side swipe. Looks really good. It's basically side swipe, which they did before in his traditional side swipe colors, except now he's black with gold highlights. Looks really good in his, I think he's like a bull, if I'm not mistaken, in his beast mode. His robot mode looks very side swipey with just a couple of like hints, like his ears are now horns, right? So it's a couple of little hints there. But if you saw the robot, you'd be like, it's sideswipe, obviously. I mean, there's something a little different about him, but it's obviously sideswipe. Looks great in black. I mentioned Nick Roach. The Takara Tomy Hobby Expo, I already talked about as well. And I think we only have one piece of news left. Yeah, and these are the kind of listings that were discovered through the week, besides for the hot rod, right? Because we already talked about him. So let's see kind of what we got here. First things first, in Legacy Evolution, the deluxes, it looks like we're getting a Tarantulas refresh, which is good because anybody who misses them will have a chance to get him, and he is quite excellent. And he doesn't seem to be one that is warming the shelves. So I support that. Shadow Striker. Now, here's an interesting one because originally it was kind of bandied about and thrown around that Shadow Strip was actually the actual name of the code name Shadow Striker, but we are getting a Shadow Striker. Could this be, for example, the Cyberverse Shadow Striker? I would be totally down for that. I would love that. We're getting Strong Arm. Please tell me it's Cyberverse. Yeah, is it Cyberverse? No. Robots in Disguise, Strong Arm. Please tell me it's that Strong Arm done like with an updated look and whatnot. The only thing there that I'm concerned about is I feel like they're going to somehow once again use the skids mold. And I'm starting to get afraid that that's getting mold fatigue. So we'll have to wait and see. Junkion 3, whatever that is, there's no actual Junkion name given to that one, though some of them do have Junkion names given to them. Bombshell, DevCon, Deluxe Class DevCon. I figured that they were going to use a Scourge or Sweep to make DevCon. I don't know what they'll use for a deluxe class one, so I'm really intrigued to see that. And then what I have to believe must be a version of it could be a whole new mold, but I feel like, okay, so the last one is Detrius. Now, either that's going to be a beigeish reuse of the Siege Hound mold, or it's going to be a whole new mold, and this is the pre-tool for a later upcoming Hound. We'll have to wait and see. If it's not G1, you can keep it. We also found out that we're going to be getting, and I found this one interesting, Wild Rider EV Robo. Now, here's the thing. We know that Legacy's next iteration is going to be Legacy Evolution. I think, just like Shadow Striker is Transformers Legacy, Velocitron Speedia 500, was it G2 Universe, whatever, Shadow Striker, I think that this is going to be Transformers Legacy Evolution, whatever Robo is going to be, G2 Wild Rider. That's my guess for that Wild Rider. It's a pure guess, but I think just like Velocitron is like a subline of Legacy now, I think whatever this Robo is will be a subline of Evolution. That's my guess. Core class Thundercracker is coming. I think we all sort of expected that. In the Voyager scale, I'm so happy to announce this. We're getting Scrap Hook, which is a Junkion. I'm happy for that. I'll get a Scrap Hook. And Dirge. Now, you might say, what about Ramjet? Let's deal with one at a time. I think that there are a lot of people who would like Thrust to be re-released because he was a Target Toys R Us exclusive and somewhat rare, but he wasn't as rare, I'll say, as the Coneheads were, especially in Canada. And a lot of people still got the G2 Ramjet. So you may already at least have a version of Ramjet. You know what a lot of people don't have any version of? Dirge. So while I think the Ramjet should definitely be re-released as well, I am very, very happy for people who don't have Dirge. I am very, very happy that Dirge is getting a release. It's just unfortunate that I'm sure he's going to be at the higher price point for absolutely no reason. But he should be more available. Fingers crossed. That's a whole lot for Legacy Evolution. I mean, everything from a Tarantulas repack right down to what we think might be a G2 Wall Rider to Shadow Striker, Bombshell, DevCon, Strong Arm, right down to, Scrap Hook and Dirge. And then that brings us to, I'll say, Evolution capsules. Now, apparently the way they do things now are in capsules, whatever that is. And there are listings for capsule 1 to 4, actually 1 to 5. Except next to 5 it says PR. So it makes me think that whatever this 1 to 5 capsule is, the 5th bot to be included in it will be a repackage or a reissue, if you will. Of what? I don't know. There's also 1 Voyager capsule that has a listing and 2 Leader capsules that have listings. So we know at least that we have things coming out really for the foreseeable future. To the degree that we don't even have names leaked yet. Studio Series 86, we know we're getting a Frenzy. I don't know if I mentioned that before or not, but we are getting a Frenzy to go with Rumble and whatnot. Ironhide, we know we're getting a Ratchet. I think we all expect that. The big surprise, though, was Brawn, a deluxe class 86 Brawn. It's weird because now we'll have Ironhide, Brawn, Ratchet. I'm just saying. That's some of the darkness from the 86 movie. I mean, just saying, where's a Prowl to round out that quartet that Megatron and Starscream blasted to smithereens? Studio Series. I found this interesting. So Studio Series, apparently we're getting a War for Cybertron Cliff Jumper. We're getting a Voyager War for Cybertron Megatron. Still not clear if it's the Netflix or the High Moon Studios. If it is from High Moon, if it is from the video games, that's really, I think, starting to expand Studio Series to realms that I don't know if it should go to. I feel like if you're going to do that, maybe you could, but I feel like that's almost better suited for like another subline, if you could believe that. But we'll see. We'll see what it is. Voyager, Rise of the Beast, Rhinox is going to be out in studio series. If you didn't like your Kingdom Rhinox, I don't know, maybe the movie one will be up your alley. Core Class, Rise of the Beast, Hydra. I feel like that this Core Class is going to be akin to the Pretenders being done in Core Class. I feel like that's what's going to happen, but I could be wrong. And Delta 2, whatever Delta 2 is. Plus, we are also apparently in studio series getting Mirage and Nightbird. I'm very, very, very interested to see the robot mode of that Nightbird, because the Nightbird I have from Siege, or Selects, if you will, I'm not happy with. I'm curious what the Mirage will be like as well, based on the cars and stuff that we've seen. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to give you guys the trivia, because that's all the news, and then we're going to do the unboxing. We're going to get out of here. So the trivia tonight, easy. In zone, which one of the following was not one of Violent Jiger's 9 generals? Was it Bruticus? That's A. B would be Overlord. C would be Triptychon, and D would be Lyokaiser. So who was not one of the 9 generals? A, B, C, or D? Bruticus, Overlord, Triptychon, or Lyokaiser? While you guys start to answer that, and I see a couple of names coming in, letters coming in there, let's go back and see what you guys were saying, and then we'll do the unboxing and get out of here for the week. Let's go up here a little bit. Let's see. How far up do I have to go here, guys? Okay, around right here, it looks like. Can someone please send me the KFC chips? Yeah, that's where we cut off with Warren lamenting not having the chips. That Legacy Blitzwing would be Earthrise Starscream Paint. I didn't, but okay. Thank you, Ken. Just get healthier. Just got to get healthier. There you go. We have crickets here. Yeah, I read that. What? Lay's Reuben flavor was one of the best. They stopped making these awesome flavors. Yeah, the Reuben was good. So was the maple bacon. I like the maple bacon one too. Hold on. All dressed. Forget the Transformers news. We're on the KFC channel. Well, you know, I mean, I find that all dressed chips taste a lot like pickle. It's not my thing, but I know Starscream wife likes them. Taco flavored Doritos. Yeah, man. I like the late night nacho Doritos too. They're really good. My wife found a plan that works. And has anyone wondered why the cons haven't heard from Blitzwing in Bumblebee? Not really. Bad writing, poor editing. I don't know. I don't overthink it, I guess. Love all dressed chips. My wife doesn't. That's fair. You know, I mean, you want to talk about why the cons and Blitzwing weren't talking. I mean, for that matter, why didn't they know that Megatron was in the dam? Because when it first came out, they were saying like, no, this is all in the same universe. And then everything fell apart. So it is what it is. Yeah, Tarantula's off the chain. I agree. I mean, I wasn't even going to get him at first because I heard it was sharing parts with Black Arachnia. And the more I heard, the more I was like, no, not even. He really doesn't share anything, which shocked me in a happy way, because at the end of the day, he's really fantastic. He feels so robust. The plastic feels great. It's a great Tarantulas. I used to get more, but I've just been shopping for BJ's lately for food where they don't have these flavors. Yeah, that's fair. If they don't have them, they don't have them. Hey, Justin. No, you didn't miss the horrible review. I have not done Ratchet yet. Trust me, when I do, you'll know. For those who don't know, Justin is our buddy Justin from the 3D Corner, who has been mentioned here an awful lot on the channel. No, I have not done Ratchet's review yet. This has been the week of 10 o'clock days all week. Let's see. Walmart had them. Because he was stuck in airplane mode. Hope we're getting a new mold for RID 2015 Strong Arm. We're going to get a new mold. I don't think it's going to be Siege Hound. I'd be okay if it was Siege Hound, but I feel like if anything, it's going to be more like the Legacy Skids. You sent me a message about the Zybots. I'll have to see it after the show. Strongarm would probably use the Siege Hound mold or pickup truck transformers. I'm telling you guys, I think it's going to be like basically a reuse of the crankcase with a bit of remolding. I think I'm not even going to say skids. I think it's going to be crankcase with remolding. See, I could be wrong. I hope I am. I hope some of you guys are right, to be honest with you. Down for DevCon? Absolutely. I wanted DevCon for so long. It was like the Quintessons. Like I just wanted them since it was knee high to a grasshopper. Same with DevCon. There are some leaks of information that we're getting a Brawn, Bombshell, and Slag. Well, I mean, they're a little more than leaks. They're listings, right? Listings are a little more credence because they're in computer systems, right? My guess would be Strong Arm is Energon. Now, it could be an Energon Strong Arm. You know what? You could be right, Blue. Could be an Energon Strong Arm. And maybe Detris is a pre-tool for a new Earth Mode Hound. Definitely possible. Definitely possible. He's a weird one because I expected him to appear sooner as part of Generation Selects as a mercenary. Honestly, Caldeo, I'm right there with you. And for the Wild Rider, it could be a Brawn as Wild Rider. It could be like an X-Brawn, I guess. I suppose it could be. Yeah, I guess. I can't collect the core. What? Oh, I can't collect the cone heads because if I can't have them all, then I'd rather not have them in my collection. That's fair. But sometimes it takes a while to get them all. Let's see. Why do we love Seeker so much? Talk about getting us to buy the same mold a bunch of times. If it's the Siege mold, happy to do it. I have 9, I think, and I love every one of them. I thought that was such a good mold. Triple R is your Seeker guy. He has dozens upon dozens of them. Waiting on a Brawn. Hey, Trent. Never got a shot at ER Prowl. I mean, you know what? I can't imagine that they're doing the rest of the crew from that ship that Megatron attacked and not doing Prowl. Of all of the deaths in that scene, let's be realistic. Prowls was the one that stuck with us and still haunts our nightmares every single night. Childhood. Right? No. What could they do with Brawn? Make him fall apart. That's sad. Make him fall apart in shreds like in the early script. Yeah, they could. They could do that. High Moon would make way more sense for studio series stuff. How? I don't understand why that would make more sense. Netflix was a studio that made a show. I guess a game studio, I suppose. APC Arachnid is great. I got mine last week. Skids or Hound. What? Skids or Hound mold for Strong Arm would be good. Yeah, I agree. I could see it. If we get Velocitron Ransack, I bet he'd have a flat chest with some legacy RC engineering. Maybe. I don't really know the character. I'm not going to lie. Netflix Alita 1 head on legacy. Alita 1 body equals Minerva. Just say, what? No. The legacy, what? Netflix Alita 1 head on Legacy Alita 1 bot. I'd have to see it. I don't think the Netflix Alita 1 head looks like Minerva at all. If you got a picture, send it to me. I mean, Ultra Megatrons, I'm willing to take a look, but I'm skeptical, buddy. Traumatize us more, poor Brawn, right? And I did skip over the answers. Let's see. D, Lio Kaiser. E, not A, B, or C. Overlord, Lio Kaiser. F, what's it, F? Yeah, it was Lio Kaiser. He was the one who was not a general. Okay, and we're pretty much at like that golden 1 hour mark, and we just have the unboxing to do. I have the box right here, and in the box this week we actually have Baboom. Speaking of APC version of Arachnid, oh man, Night Countess. Oh baby. I love the character of Arachnid. I thought she was so cool and sinister and she was power hungry. She was like Starscream, but with finesse and gravitas, and I loved it. And having this turd for so long as her only representation was just sad. I hate this thing. And I can remember I used to say, man, it can't be as bad as what people make it out to be. It just can't be that bad. The helicopter looks great. It is that bad. Don't spend 17 cents on this. It's awful. But you know what's not awful? Oh, this pretty lady right here. There are 3 spider legs over here that can come off. Very easy. They just peg in. Same over here. Very easy. They just peg in. The spider legs plastic might feel kind of thin, but it is hard plastic. And I think that it has to be thin because we're talking spider legs, right? So it is what it is. Even if you take those off, her actual, I guess like her rotors for her helicopter, I mean, you can have them off if you want, or you could just leave them in the back. I mean, they're a bit shorter if I put up just here. If I just put like those 2 up, the third one is like literally down behind her legs. But like, if you just put them up, you can see like they're shorter than this leg, right? Her face is great. I wish her eyes were maybe a touch more sinister. She stands solid. Her articulation is good, though the shoulders do have some limitations that you need to finagle to work around. It's not hateful, but you do need to finagle it a bit, and it is infinitely better than anything on this garbage. Side by side, I mean, she's a bit bigger, but I think she falls in line with what she should be. Like, I think her size falls in line with exactly where she should be. And here's the kicker. I love the transformation. I think the transformation is fun. I think it's interesting. I think it's unique. And I think it's logical. It's very intuitive. I think she's going to get a good review. I could be wrong, but I think she's going to get a good review. I really, really dig her. So there you go. APC. And this is my first APC Transformer. I know they've had a great name for what they're doing with Transformers Prime. This is my first foray into the company, so I'm very excited to take a look at it. What instantly ruins something for me is packaging that does not understand that you do not add an additional S as a possessive to a name that ends in S. Yes. You know, it's funny, Anthony, that you mentioned that. I used to have, when I was growing up, on my door, I had 2 things that said like Dennis's room. And one said stop, Dennis's room. And the other said Dennis's room. The one that said stop Dennis's room was the way you have it there, Dennis with an apostrophe and then the word room. The other one had a Dennis apostrophe S room, and I hated it. I always hated it. My parents put it on, and I hated it. What are you going to do with the Voyager Arachnid? What? There is no Voyager Arachnid. There's a Deluxe. Do you mean what am I going to do with this? This is a Deluxe. Do you mean what am I going to do with this? I only got Prime Wheeljack. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I guess I'll see if one of the scraplets want it. Otherwise, destroy it with a hammer. I don't know. It's garbage. It's garbage. It's bad. It's just that bad. Yeah, that is not Voyager. Trust me. That is anything but Voyager. Transformers Prime is like G1 and APC is new G1 like. You know what, Gabriel? I kind of agree with you, buddy. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, even though we had to restart, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we have to offer to you through spring. Of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member at any time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. Especially don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single one of you, all of you out there, you do make a difference in the world, and I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, right here inside the videos.